Let's be honest for a second. How many times have you been talking to a woman and had this gnawing thought in the back of your mind? Does she even find me attractive? Maybe you've tried to read her signals, but every smile, every laugh, every casual touch leaves you more confused than ever. And that's the problem. Most men spend way too much time guessing rather than understanding. Here's the truth. Attraction isn't complicated, it's just subtle. But if you're missing these subtle signs, you're walking around blind, wondering why she seems interested one day and distant the next. Maybe you've tried convincing a woman with logic, gifts, or being extra nice, hoping she'll magically fall for you. And let's be honest, it rarely works. Why? Because attraction is emotional. It's instinctive. It's a feeling, not a checklist. And if you're missing the signs, you're leaving massive opportunities on the table, opportunities to connect, to deepen your presence, and yes, to be seen as someone genuinely attractive. Here's the kicker: sometimes she's showing interest and you don't even realize it. You might think she's just being friendly, polite, or casual, when in reality, she's dropping signals that most men completely overlook. If you're making these mistakes, overthinking, misreading body language, waiting for her to text first, you're sabotaging your chances without even knowing it. But it doesn't have to be this way. You can decode her thoughts, understand her subconscious signals, and start acting from confidence, not confusion. That's what we're going to do today. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, what to do when you see it, and how to stop wasting time guessing. Here's what you're getting today. I'm going to break down 5 clear signs a woman finds you attractive, signals that are subtle but impossible to ignore once you learn to recognize them. We'll go beyond the classic advice like smiling or making eye contact. I'm talking about the deep, almost subconscious ways women show interest. And more importantly, I'll show you what to do when you notice these signs show to respond confidently, attractively, and naturally. By the time you finish this video, you won't just be guessing. You'll be able to read her signals like a pro, understand her thoughts, and take actions that make you more magnetic and respected without overthinking, begging for attention, or trying too hard. So if you've ever been unsure, awkward, or frustrated in your interactions with women, this video is your guide to flipping the script. Maybe you've been standing or sitting across from a woman, and you notice her subtly copying your movements. She leans forward when you lean forward, crosses her legs when you do, even mimics small gestures. At first, you might think it's coincidence, but here's the truth. Mirroring is subconscious attraction. When someone likes you, their brain literally syncs with yours. They start to reflect your energy, posture, and tone. Why is this important? Because it's a sign she's comfortable with you on a deeper, instinctive level. It's not about politeness. It's about connection. When she mirrors you, she's subconsciously saying, I want to be in sync with you. Now, the smarter move here isn't to notice and panic. Don't overanalyze or mirror her back immediately. It can come off as forced. Instead, lean into it naturally. Match her energy subtly. Maintain strong eye contact and smile with warmth. Let her feel your confidence, not your anxiety. And here's the kicker: mirroring often leads to touch. Maybe she brushes your arm when laughing, or her hand rests near yours. That's your next clue. But don't jump ahead yet, because the second sign is even more revealing. Imagine this. You're sharing a joke, and her hand grazes yours for a fraction of a second. Or maybe she touches your shoulder while emphasizing a point. If you're thinking, maybe she's just friendly, you're missing the nuance. Physical touch, when subtle and unprompted, is a powerful signal of attraction. Women are often socialized to be polite with touch. But when it's repeated, deliberate, and casual, it's her way of testing comfort, gauging your reaction, and building connection. Here's why it's tricky for most men. Touch is ambiguous. Many guys either overreact, become anxious, or grab her hand, underreact, thinking it's harmless. The smart move? Keep calm. Smile. maintain strong posture, and let the moment linger naturally. You're not confirming or rejecting it. You're allowing the attraction to breathe. Here's a scenario. Maybe she's laughing at your jokes, brushing her hair back, and her knee lightly touches yours. Many men dismiss this. But this is her brain's way of signaling interest without saying a word. And while touch is powerful, emotional cues are even more revealing. Maybe you've noticed it. You talk. She listens. She asks questions. She remembers details you mentioned last week. That's not just politeness. That's emotional investment. And it's a huge indicator of attraction. Most men underestimate the power of conversation. Women are wired to look for emotional depth, curiosity, and attentiveness. When she remembers small details, your favorite coffee, a hobby you mentioned, or even something funny you said months ago, it shows she's thinking about you even when you're not around. Here's why ignoring this is a mistake. Many men focus too much on physical signals and dismiss conversational cues. They wonder, is she flirting? But miss the truth. Attention is attraction. The smarter move? Engage fully. Ask meaningful questions. Share your authentic thoughts. And notice her reactions. If she lights up when you speak, mirrors your excitement, or leans in when talking about your life, she's giving you a green light. And here's a secret. Combining emotional engagement with subtle teasing can skyrocket attraction. Let's be honest, this one's subtle, but impossible to miss once you notice it. Maybe she glances at you from across the room, or her eyes linger just a moment longer than necessary. Here's the psychology behind it. Eyes are the window to desire. When she's attracted, her pupils dilate, her gaze finds you without effort, and even when talking to others, her attention drifts back to you. But here's the catch: most men either don't notice or they overanalyze. You see a glance and think, she's looking, but why? The truth is simple. Sustained eye contact, paired with subtle smiles, is a strong subconscious indicator of attraction. Smart move? Maintain calm, confident eye contact. Don't stare aggressively or look away nervously. Instead, let your eyes communicate confidence, curiosity, and presence. Even subtle micro-smiles during eye contact can intensify her interest. And if her gaze is paired with laughter, playful teasing, or touch, that's your cue. Not just interested. She's intrigued. Maybe you've noticed she rearranges plans, finds excuses to meet you, or consistently accidentally runs into you. This isn't luck. This is intentional effort, and it's one of the most overlooked signs of attraction. Here's the thing. Women are socially conditioned to be polite, but they don't invest time, energy, or attention lightly. If she's making space for you in her life, she's signaling value and interest. Why most men miss this? They focus on words and superficial cues. Did she text me fast enough? Or did she like my post? Meanwhile, her real signals are in action. She's showing her priorities. Smart move? Recognize the effort, appreciate it, and respond with your own confident presence. Compliment her subtly, engage meaningfully, and don't overcomplicate it. Mutual effort is magnetic. I'll be honest with you, early in my 20s, I missed all of these signs. I'd be talking to a woman, noticing a glance or a laugh, and my brain would immediately jump to doubt. She's just being nice. I'm not interesting enough. Looking back, I realize how much anxiety I carried because I couldn't read signals. And worse, I didn't trust myself to act confidently, even if I did notice them. Here's what changed everything. I started observing quietly, trusting my instincts, and focusing on my own presence instead of overanalyzing hers. Once I did that, the subtle cues became impossible to ignore. The smiles, the touches, the way she remembered things about me all clicked. And the key insight? Attraction isn't something you force. It's something you create naturally through awareness, confidence, and authenticity. The moment you stop overthinking, the signs become crystal clear. I want you to take this seriously. Start noticing the energy, the effort, the subtle behaviors. Give yourself permission to trust your observations and act in alignment with your confidence. That's how you stop being invisible and start being magnetic. Insert natural sponsor mention here. Before we continue, quick shout out to sponsor. So let's recap. The 5 signs she finds you attractive are mirroring your body language, subtle touches, deep conversational engagement, eye contact, and effort to be around you. Notice a pattern? Each one is subtle, subconscious, and requires awareness. Attraction is never about manipulation or logistics. It's about presence, emotional intelligence, and understanding human behavior. Here's the big takeaway. You don't need to guess, overthink, or force attraction. The signs are there. The question is, are you paying attention? Start observing, trust your instincts, and respond from confidence. When you do, your interactions will shift from awkward and uncertain to magnetic and respected. You'll naturally attract the kind of attention you deserve without chasing, begging, or pretending to be someone you're not. Now, here's what I want you to do. If you found value in this video, hit that like button. It helps me know you're serious about leveling up your confidence and emotional intelligence. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss another breakdown on attraction, relationships, and self-mastery. Trust me, the next video is going to take everything we discussed today and show you how to act on these signals like a confident man. And I want to hear from you. Comment below. Which of these signs have you noticed in women, and how did you respond? Sharing your experiences will not only help you solidify your understanding, but also inspire other men watching this. Finally, follow me on social media for daily tips, motivation, and insights that will level up your confidence, respect, and relationships. You've got the tools now, it's time to use them. Remember, attraction is subtle, but clarity is powerful. Pay attention, act with confidence, and watch your relationships transform.